I know what you are thinking, Sefhi, isn't that the gacha skin? But no, you are wrong. This is the default skin, clearly. Now, jokes aside, let's talk a little bit about Siren, why she is the best B1 in the game by far, and a little bit of the first impressions on this character. Of course, things will change in the next upcoming days, but her placement on the tier list and the way we are building her is not going to change. So we'll talk about it as well a little bit. We might discover new synergies or new things that work or don't work with her, but for the most part, it's pretty clear where she is standing. So let's talk a little bit about all of this. As usual, thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. Here in YouTube and on Coffee, you can join them with the link in the description down below. And hello the nerds, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Let's go a little bit over Siren, what's going on with Little Mermaid. As you can see, I got 2 copies. I got the doll max out SR15, gear level 5, skill 10, 10, 10, and I got her with 4 elemental lines, 3 attack lines, and I think only 1 max ammo, and it's pretty low. I do need to get more ammo, but I don't get enough, so she is good where we are. And most of the elemental lines are also 20 or above. It's only 1 that is below 20, so I think I'm gonna be leaving her there. Now, that's a pretty good build. I spent like around 50 rocks. I got shafted on my pulse, but it is what it is. So let's go over her damage so you guys can see why this is so good, okay? Because clearly the thumbnail, I was swapping the damage, but as you can see, on elemental advantage, on the Union range 3-minute boss fight, she's doing 2.2 billion, while Scarlet SBS is doing 3.7. She's doing more than my Asuka will. Bursting, she is bursting. This is with mana to buff SBS. And as you can see, she's doing 1.8 versus 2.2. Now, granted, my Asuka, as you can see, is only 186k combat power versus 231k on Little Mermaid. So of course there's gonna be a difference. But even then, we're talking about a supporter character, B1, with the best rotation in the game, that is also a DPS. Her skill 2 is doing a lot of damage. So this is really, really good. If you can pull 1 copy, absolutely you should be trying to get 1. I would not be ticketing yet, okay? Don't be like me and wait. You have a free pull per day. We're getting a lot of pulls on this event, so I think you should be able to try to luck sack a copy, and then at the end of the event, if there is no luck, then use your tickets. That said, we also are going to be talking about this on another video. This is like a funny topic going on right now as well in the community. That said, back to Siren. Her damage is fantastic, as you can see. Without mana and using Helm instead, we go even higher with her damage. 3.4 versus 2.6, less than a billion difference with SBS, and my Asuka 2 billion. Again, if your Asuka is properly invested, she's gonna be doing more damage than mine. Mine is 777, overload level 3, so it is what it is. But that is on Union range. Let's check a Kraken run with the same team. Crown, SBS, Little Mermaid, Helm, Asuka. I am going full auto, bursting with SBS and with Helm. I am not bursting with Asuka. And even then, SBS is doing 1.4 and Little Mermaid is doing 1.2. So I'm thinking, okay, but you died at 230. Yes, at the stage 8, full auto. The only thing I did was the QT. Outside of that, I did nothing, because Helm has enough sustain, and SBS, Little Mermaid, and Asuka are doing great damage. But as you can see, 1.2, 1.4, that is crazy. It's like, oh, what's up, Kato? Oh, hello, girl. Guys, this cat is too fucking needy. I think it's the word, right? When she only wants to get pets all the time. Let me see, where are you? Hello. Oh, there you go. Okay, Kato is on the table. We can go back into the topic. Getting distracted. I also ran a little bit of an off element on neutral element for her, advantage for other characters. So advantage for fire, as you can see, she is doing that as much damage as my Asuka on element. My Asuka is not ultra invested. Let's start with this, okay? I'm not gonna be here lying to you. My Asuka is SR doll, and as you can see, a level 3 gear, 777. But still, that's on element for Asuka, 1.2, 1.2. Then I went to water, and as you can see, water is right now on a really good spot. But still, she's doing 1.4 minute mila of burst, 1.9. That is crazy. That is really, really good damage. And then I went to Electro, same thing. Electro is pretty much established, right? Cinderella is doing 5.3, my Maiden is doing 2 bill, and then I'm getting 1 bill in here. Still, she is allowing us to get new high scores on absolutely every single element. just because how good her rotations are. And then Iron, which, well, Iron doesn't really exist, but as you can see, my Red Hood is doing a 1.7 build and my Little Mermaid is doing 1.2, so pretty good. Overall, she's allowing us, like I was saying earlier, the best rotations in the game, the ability to control all the team at any given point thanks to the skill 1 is stupid. This does not work with some characters, I don't know why. SBS sometimes will ignore this focus fire and she will attack somewhere else. I don't know why. But her cooldown is pretty good. It's 7.48 seconds, just like Rapid Red Hood. But thanks to the extra burst generation that you are getting here on a skill 1, you will actually sometimes have downtime. Like half a second to a second, depending what you're doing of downtime, which is crazy. Her skill 2 is doing a lot of damage thanks to the sequentially attacks here, right, with the 63% attack. And then her burst is also reloading her magazine, doing the attack buff based on caster's attack and increasing the attack damage. Now, something really important is that if you get around 3 lines of max ammo, I believe Risa got 3, plus this reload 33% of magazine, you get enough max ammo to almost never have to reload through the whole 3-minute fight. But that is assuming you have the burst leveled up, that you are running Bastion, and that you have at least 3 lines of max ammo. Now, a little quick TLDR on how to build it, like I was saying. Skill 1, you want to go at least level 8 because the cooldown reduction, just like Rappi, Digger, Wife, etc. Level 8 is where you are getting good rotations. And then skill 2 and burst, sadly, this is a level 10, bro. This is a really strong character. You could be going 7 to 10, of course, right? If you don't have enough resources right now, go 7 and slowly build your way to 10. But she is like an 8 plus 10. When it comes to her gear, simple DPS build, max ammo, elemental, and attack, nothing else. And the cube, Bastion wins over Resilience by far because she has only a 1 second reload time, which is pretty fast already. So you're gonna be benefiting more from the Bastion for the infinite shooting. There is a lot of cool things about her. And my favorite will remain the focus fire, like I was saying earlier. Having the ability to, at any given time, control the whole team, it's an incredible advantage that will be defining future characters as well, 100%. I don't know why some people in the community were saying she was not gonna be good. When I made my previous video, some people in the comments were saying that she was gonna be like lackluster, or that her numbers were not looking as good, right, in terms of percentage-wise. But I think it's a matter of people not understanding that most B1s don't have great numbers. B1s with the cooldown reduction are more for the cooldown reduction and whatever else they are providing you. And then your B2s is usually the ones giving other types of buffs, offensives, mostly with Crown, with the Bunnies, with Schoolgirls, etc. Right? All in all, like I was saying at the beginning, this is by far the strongest character in the game right now. Sorry, the strongest B1 unit we have in NIKKE. Absolutely. This update is really good. A lot of quality of life, a lot of good stuff, good characters, good skins, right? But I think we need to talk about the power creep at some point. Like, I think people are gonna be downplaying the type of power creep that this girl is bringing to the game because the update is really good overall, so we are just ignoring that part. But we'll talk about that tomorrow, most likely, because it's like 7 AM and I have not slept yet. I wanna go to bed, so I'm just gonna go, boys. Like I was saying earlier, I would recommend getting 1 copy, but don't take it until the last day. There is no rush. You're getting plenty of free pulls. You're also getting a free single every single day. So all that jumping aside, that's gonna be for the first impressions on Siren, our new mute wife. As usual, love you all bastards, gonna be live later. Feel free to drop by, say hello, links in the description. Good luck with your pull generates. I'll see you in the next one.